Looks like a sunny day in Los Angeles. It might not be, but it always seems to be there. And according to that graphic, it is sunny in LA. Apparently, it's always sunny in Philadelphia as well. I beg to differ. Whatever, everybody, this is Alanna, Rizzo, Clint, Pasillas on a brand new live edition of Dodgers Territory to get your week started. So happy that you guys are with us. Thanks for being here. Like us 5 stars, rate us, subscribe, all the things. I think we're like 30 away from 10,000 subscribers. So let's do it,
cool.
please.
Subscribe.
Let's get this done this week. Please. Let's get into the big ticket. Lots to talk about. New York. Clint, you had said that you were playing the opposite game, kind of like George Costanza does on Seinfeld. He just does everything the opposite of what he should do, and it turns out okay. What do you mean by that?
Listen, every once in a while, you got to do what you can as a fan to help your team win. And I said all of the things wrong that the Dodgers were going to do this weekend against the Yankees. I was like, I'm worried about the Landon Knack start. I'm worried about the Tony Gonsolin start, especially against Max Fried, who has been phenomenal in that Yankees uniform. And then, Yoshinobu Yamamoto, my Cy Young Award frontrunner, he was going to, mop the floor with the Yankees. All of that was wrong. So I don't know a damn thing anymore about Dodger baseball, but we take the series win, and that's the most important thing.
I don't know that we just took it. I think we really, really grasped onto it and held on tightly. I tell you what, Sunday I get up and I didn't see the entire game on Saturday because I was at Gillette Stadium at Luke Combs and Post Malone Post Malone and Jelly Roll. So I was like 18-2. Goodness gracious. So then I immediately texted the host of Pinstripe Territory. That would be Derek Lewandowski, who does a great job covering the Yankees on this Foul Territory platform. And you were actually on his show prior to the Dodger-Yankee series starting, and you had said there that you were worried about Knack, and you were worried about Gonsolin, and you were not worried about Yama. And I texted Lewandowski, and I said, you owe me $100 for the Gidry's Guardian Foundation, because we bet just straight-up series win, and I already was able to know that on Saturday. They did a really, really good job. Obviously, Sunday you would have liked to have seen that be a series sweep. But I'll take 2 of 3 from the Yankees as a victory.
Whenever I see those 18-run games, especially with the Dodgers, I'm like, hey, boys, let's save some for tomorrow. They could have used a few of those on Sunday. But, guys, let us know in the comments how you're feeling about this Dodgers team coming out of that Yankee series. Of course, I feel a lot better than how things were for the team entering last week. Of course, that's where you have the Cleveland series, the Mets series. Now we're playing the Mets again in LA for 4 starting today. But you just feel a lot better when you beat the powerhouse Yankees and you see all the media narrative, people, the talking heads who enter that series is like the Yankees are the greatest team, and then like, oh my God, they need to blow it up. Brian Cashman needs to be fired again, and even though he's never been fired and all this kind of stuff, it's like, listen, it's a series. It's still a series in May and June. It doesn't mean a whole lot. It just feels a lot better when you beat their ass as good as he did on Saturday night, for sure.
To me, it does mean a lot, though, because I know it's cliche. But again, you need every win, right? Because at the end of the season, it's not as if, as of yet anyway, here on June 2nd, happy June, everybody. It's not as if we're running away with this division yet. So we look back at this, in a couple of months, and it's like, what if we didn't take this series against the New York Yankees seriously? You know what I mean? It does matter. I mean, I know there's still a lot of time, but I do like the fact that they could have easily swept, had Yamamoto had a little bit of a better outing, and that's okay. He's allowed to have a clunker every now and again. But one thing I also take out of this is that 18-2 game, right? The only offense was Aaron Judge. I believe he had 2 solo shots in that game. So Aaron Judge was the Yankees offense, and the Dodgers were able to do this without the services of Mookie Betts, which I was like, seriously, he stubbed his toe? What?
Yeah. What a time to be alive. What a time to be a Dodger fan here. He stubs his toe on the off day. I guess he's trying to sneak into the bathroom in the middle of the night. I don't know if he's sneaking, but, you get older. You need to go pee a little bit more in the middle of the night, something like that. But he hit a wall, hit something with that foot, and fractured I think they said it was like the 4th bone on his foot or what. I don't know. But even so, he's apparently going to be playing. They're still going to sit him today. Then they're hoping to get him back in the lineup tomorrow, Tuesday. And, the expectation is it's just a pain tolerance thing, which I hate to see and I hate to hear. I would rather just maybe let's take give him an IL stint for a week and just kind of go from there. I don't know if you feel the same, but it feels like it's forced to make him be, to have him play with a freshly fractured toe.
Yeah, fractured toe is not going to start today, as you mentioned. Could very likely be in that lineup on Tuesday. I'm fine with sitting Mookie Betts, but I don't know if 5 days of rest is going to make a difference. I mean, a fractured toe is a fractured toe, right?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know how long you're supposed to be off of your toe to let it heal. But what I do think about this is it gives an opportunity for that narrative, Clint, that Kim needs to play more. I mean, with Mookie, whether he's out of the lineup or on the IL or whatever, an opportunity for another infielder to get everyday playing time. There were some people that were kind of clamoring for Kim's arrival. Now that he's here, he's had a decent start in a very small sample size. What say you? Do you want him to play every day?
I think we've hit a point now where Hyeseong Kim needs to be in that lineup every day. Of course, he has the record game on Saturday. He gets 4 hits in that game. He's in the infield. He playing shortstop. And what's funny, this is where I was also wrong as well. It's like I said on my one of my streams on Saturday, I was like, I don't know that Kim is ready for shortstop. I don't know that he's ready for outfield. And then he turns an unassisted double play as the shortstop, and then has the outfield assist. So again, I was just over for a lot of things in this Yankees series, but when you look at the numbers and you look at what he's done, and admittedly, yeah, small sample size, only 22 games, 49 plate appearances, but dude is hitting 413 with an OPS over 1,000. I think he's proven enough to at least get an opportunity to get in there more often, maybe start seeing some left-handed batters. By the way, did crank a long bomba off a lefty in that game. I think it's about time. And Miguel Rojas, when he's getting in the lineup, he's not doing a whole lot. You feel good right now with Max Muncy in the lineup. Of course, Freddie Freeman's going to be in there every day.
So I get it. So we're back on the Max Muncy is good train. I tell you what, this is like the biggest pendulum. This guy has created the biggest pendulum swing of Dodgers fans. Like, one day you're ready to send him to the moon, and I'm old, so I'm putting my glasses on. Muncy went 5 for 8 with 3 homers and 8 RBI on Saturday and Sunday. He reached base in 5 of 9 plate appearances. I believe that's what a PA is, a plate appearance. In Queens a couple of weeks ago, and he reached base 16 times in the 2024 NLCS. This is all, of course, against the Mets. That's why I'm bringing up these numbers. We're back on the Muncy's good train. Is that what you're saying?
Well, if we're moving ahead a little bit, because I did want to talk Muncy in our B block of the show, but we could really talk about Muncy at any point. And similar to what we saw last year with the Dodgers and the magic fix of a chiropractor for Muncy and an eye doctor for Kike Hernandez, well, Max Muncy went to that eye doctor, that same eye doctor for Kike Hernandez. And since then, you could see the numbers here in this graphic if you're watching on TV. Thomas Nesico does a great job breaking down advanced analytics and putting things into an easy to digest format for all of us. But the most important thing, since wearing the glasses, he has cut his strikeout percentage in half. He has boosted his weighted runs created plus from 59 to 164, and all of his homers on the season, 7 homers, have come since getting the specs. He's the real deal, and as we've said before, he finds a way to reinvent himself year in, year out. Dave Roberts had also mentioned, like, he goes through these stretches every year. I will never doubt, I will never sell my Max Muncy stock. Now, at some point, you could be looking at it and start like being, oh, well, who else? Maybe we're getting, at that point where he is 35 now and greener pastures are behind him. But no, he finds a way to be Max Muncy. He gets on base, he hits the ball hard and far when he's right, and we get the bat drop, and things are good. And right now, he's been a massive addition to the middle of this lineup that is, right, especially over the Yankee series without Mookie Betts in there and all that. So just want to give a shout to Specs Muncy.
Yeah, I hear you. And I like what you said there about Muncy. And I can speak from experience that having glasses on helps. Trust me, it helps. I can actually see some things.
Is that why you put this?
Yeah, because I can't see otherwise. So there it is. I don't want to read things incorrectly. I want to make sure my facts are correct. Much more to come on Dodgers territory. Back in a moment after a quick word from our friends at Foul Territory.
FT fan, by now, if you're buying, selling, trading, collecting cards, Arena Club is the spot. We've been talking about them all season long, but I do want to focus on the slab pack experience, Kratz, since you've been ripping some slab packs digitally. And what happens?
I mean, as a kid, you wanted to rip open the packs. How can they do this digitally? Oh, baby. This is exciting. How the graphics come out and everything. And oh, yeah, the card that you pull, you can actually get that, John, physically. So it's perfect. It's all in one place, and it's a super exciting experience.
Yeah, they send that to you from the vault if you want it. But if you look at it and you're like, it's not the card for me, I want to sell back, go for it. You can do any of that on Arena Club, and you can acquire the best value for your money with those slab packs, transparent checklists, and Arena Club's Slab Safe program. Right now, you can get 20% off your first slab pack or card purchase by going to arenaclub.com/FAL and use code FAL. arenaclub.com/FAL, use code FAL.
Oh, we love a funky beat.
Is that what that was? Was that funky?
Funky. Funky. Yeah, that's some head bopping music.
Evan Phillips to the IL. This stinks.
Yeah. Tommy John. Listen, we were hoping, we were all hopeful that it wouldn't be that he would have to undergo the knife to get Tommy John. But we saw that initial headline when it came out. Like, hey,
no, you said it.
Yeah.
You said it. You sent us a text on our
Yeah.
Dodgers territory thread too, just recently when they signed Edwin Diaz from
Yeah.
the Cincinnati Reds. You're like, what says
Alexis Diaz.
Evan? I'm sorry, Alexis. I wish it was Edwin Diaz. Anyway,
Yeah.
what says speak Rizzo? What says Evan Phillips is having Tommy John surgery more than this when they signed Alexis Diaz from the Cincinnati Reds? And sure enough, 2 days later, there we go. Evan Phillips is headed even longer on the IL. He was obviously already there. But Tommy John surgery, as we feared. And also Tyler Glasnow moved to the 60-day DL, which Clint, that's just semantics. We knew he's already been out for 60 days, and that's just semantics. So it doesn't mean anything differently for Glasnow, but it was made official.
Yeah, and at least in terms of when he's going to come back and be available to pitch for this team, it's more of just, I wouldn't say a bad look, but it's a look that, given his tenure as a Dodger so far, has been very marred by injury. To see him go to the 60-day IL, people who maybe aren't paying as much attention day in, day out, that's just going to be like one of those, oh, see, this guy is always hurt, he's not there for the team, yada, yada. But no, it's procedural move. They need roster space. And my God, they have so many people in the 60-day IL right now. It's insane.
It's stupid. So does that mean reinforcements are coming? Let's talk about that. I mean,
Yeah.
I feel like Michael Kopech has had 79 rehab assignments. I feel like he's had 79 rehab outings.
Yeah.
I mean, he's bound to be back, this week, perhaps? This series?
I think
series?
that's
What's
the goal.
happening?
That's the goal here. The latest from Sonia Chen, who covers Dodgers for MLB.com. Another one. We also lost Luis Garcia, who I have to be mean to him for the narrative. So it's a great move, but also secretly he's been pretty decent for the team. But the expectation is we could see Michael Kopech back. I think they're going to he's making one more rehab outing at AAA Oklahoma City this week. And also good news in the Kirby Yates front, where maybe that hamstring wasn't as bad of an injury, which is something even Mark Pryor had told us when we chatted with him a couple weeks ago. Just as Mark said, it's just him being old, being 38, 39 years old. But yeah, I mean, to get Kopech and Yates back, that would be a massive addition for this team, to get some adults at the back end of that bullpen in leverage positions. So it's not just Ben Kasparius being the one dude that it's like, hey, this is a kid that is shouldering a lot of load for this team, and he could use some help.
Yeah, I agree with you. And I think that's part of the reason why Luis Garcia is kind of hurt now, too, is he was shouldering a lot of and I hate to say it, but a lot of those garbage innings for this club. But I mean, you have to have a guy in the bullpen that can do that for you. And that role is just as important as it is to be a closer. I mean, over the stretch of a season, you need guys that can get those outs and eat those innings when you're in bad spots. And Showtime LA, thanks for being a part of the chat here on Dodgers territory. Emmett Sheehan will be the Knack replacement, big time stuff. I hope so. I hope that Kopech comes back soon. I hope that Yates is back soon as well and effective. It will be great to get Emmett Sheehan back.
Emmett Sheehan, I think a lot of people sleeping on Emmett Sheehan, by the way.
Yeah.
Like,
no,
he was
you've been
very
big
good when he
on
was
him
healthy.
for a long time. What do you like about him? What do you like about his stuff?
Well, when he's healthy, I like the fact that he could be healthy. But he's somebody who's got a plus fastball and some good breaking pitches that play off of it. Admittedly, I haven't seen him since the end of 23, so it has been a while since we've taken him to Emmett's Fix-It Shop, and that's a Simpsons reference for everybody who's paying attention. But yeah, he's just another quality arm that this team desperately needs right now because the next injury's coming. It's any moment. That's just how it goes. Henry saying in the chat here, by the way, touching 97, 98 in Oklahoma City is our guy that Emmett Sheehan.
He did not touch it. He headed it. He headed it. You said you haven't seen Emmett Sheehan in a long time. How about you have? What we haven't seen? Dustin May in June. That's about to happen. Ever.
Yeah, as part of this Mets series that's coming up, of course, we got, where's my button for that? There we go. Our friend Bill Plunkett giving us the probables for the series. And I'm circling that Dustin May start tonight because it will be the first time as a major leaguer that Dustin May has made an appearance in the month of June, which is ridiculous when you consider he made his major league debut all the way back in 2019. But with injuries, with, of course, the 2020 season starting late because of COVID and the 60-game season. And, summer camp happened there in the month of June before the season resumed or got underway in the month of July. It's just insane, the fact that this dude has been around for this long. So I'm looking forward to seeing that.
I couldn't believe when you put that in the rundown. I was like, you got to be kidding me. By the way, Henry, I'm just messing with you, my friend. Thanks for being a part of the chat. And EB, go away. I don't know who you are, but go away. So it'll be fun to see, obviously, Dustin May get out there in June. I'm sure that nobody's more pleased with that than him. Obviously, he wants to stay healthy. He had a very scary time with the whole esophagus issue, and it was very, very dangerous. Let's talk about this Mets preview, part 2. Shall we?
Let's do that.
This is a team, obviously, that is good, right? They have a 1-game lead in the NL East. So I love these types of matchups when you have two division winners going head-to-head. Again, a pair of division leaders facing off. The Mets got the better of the Dodgers when the teams met last week in Queens. That was not that long ago. They won 2 of 3 of those games. But the Dodgers lead Major League Baseball in runs per game. The Mets lead in ERA. The Mets held Shohei Ohtani to just 2 hits in the last series. So hopefully Shohei can have a better showing against the Mets this time than he did last time. But this is fun. A year ago on Monday, Clint, on June 2nd, 2024, the Mets had a 24-35 record, but over the last 365 days, so over the course of a year, they've been the top team in Major League Baseball, 1 spot ahead of the reigning champion Dodgers. So talk about parity, right? Talk about how good these two teams are going head to head. They have a good lineup. They have the best starting pitching staff in the bigs. This will be a good test. I enjoy it. I like the fact that we're at home, perhaps that we can repay the favor, but I always enjoy having these types of good series in the regular season to kind of get you prepped for the postseason. Again, very well could be an opponent in the playoffs.
Yeah, I mean, I would have appreciated if there was a little bit more space between the two series, but we didn't really get that luck here apparently. But yeah, Mets are very good, Dodgers are very good. It's good for baseball to have these two teams playing. Sorry, I'm half distracted here because we got breaking news happening now. Here during the show. I was trying to put a graphic together in the middle of it, but the Dodgers are apparently acquiring right-handed reliever Will Klein for lefty pitcher Joe Jacques, who's been pitching at AAA, I believe, so far. Listen, Andrew. He's going out there and trying to find some dudes. I don't know much about Will Klein. I think he's one of those guys that the Mariners have kind of leaned on at different points in time to be an option in the bullpen. But Dodgers bring another what do they call them? A reclamation project to LA, along with I guess we didn't even talk about Alexis Diaz here on that deal on the show. Yeah. What do you think of the Alexis Diaz deal?
I mean, it's so tough to say when you're coming from a team that's not that good. It's like I don't know. I mean, the Reds are bad. You know what I mean? So it's like I don't know that. I don't know, but you just mentioned it, reclamation project, right? Yeah. I mean, there's something about the Dodgers, whether it's because these guys don't have to be the dude and carry the weight by themselves, or it's just because of the coaching staff or the culture or whatever it is, but guys seem to be able to reinvent themselves here and just Stick to what got him to the big leagues, and have success. So perhaps, again, cliche, but that change of scenery, maybe that helps Alexis Diaz. But the Dodgers need bullpen help, and that's absolutely a fact. With Blake Trinan out, obviously, Evan Phillips gone for the rest of this year, part of 2026. Vesia hasn't been great. Tanner Scott hasn't been great. We still don't have Kirby Yates, Kopech, all the things. It can't be Ben Kasparius, and that's it. You know what I mean? So I get it. You're trying to look for guys that you can figure out a way that they're going to fit within the mold of what the Dodgers have going on.
Okay, so Klein, I was off about him. He is somebody, he made his debut last year, looks like with the Royals, spent some time also with the Oakland Athletics, posted an 11 ERA in 8 games last year in his first cup of coffee as a big leaguer. And at the minor league level, we have a 5.34 career ERA. He's somebody who's mostly pitched in relief. Not anybody, maybe more AAA depth than anything like that, but hey, another arm for your Los Angeles Dodgers.
Honestly, maybe it's not. He's not expensive, so maybe it's something that you're just trying to. We need healthy arms right now. We need people that can just throw and eat up some innings. That's, I think, part of what this move is about. Is like we don't have a lot of healthy bullpen arms, and again, our starting pitchers are not going deep into the ball game, so you're relying on a bullpen that's already tired, and it's June 2nd. So I think that's the biggest part of what this is. Speaking of starting pitching, Blake Snell is trending. He's told our own David Vassay, who does a great job on AM 570, friend of the show, that he's up to 120 feet and throwing without pain. I love that phrase, without pain. That's big.
Yeah, I listened to the clip. You guys should check it out. Of course, listen to DV on Dodger Talk just about every day. But Snell had mentioned that he, was throwing some flat ground, 120 feet with the Yankees in town, and seeing all the star-studded people, seeing the Fox crew there, and seeing these Hall of Famers. And he's like, I really want you want to just let it eat when you're out there. You have to tell yourself, calm down. This is not about right now. We're trying to get to a point where we're healthy and can come back and help this team out. But he said he's expecting all things, if it trends the correct way, we're expecting to get him off a mound in the upcoming San Diego series, which, by the way, do you know the Dodgers and the Padres can play baseball against each other?
Did you know? I didn't think so. I thought that was only in the NLDS. I cannot believe we have not seen the Padres yet. So again, June's going to be good, right? I don't know what happened to May. I blinked and it was over. But here we are on June 2nd. It is also Lou Gehrig Day. We'll talk about that coming up in a little bit. But yeah, here we go. It'll be great to see what they do again against the Mets, possible postseason opponent. And then they're done with the Mets this year until the postseason, perhaps. But yeah, looking forward to that June series as well with the San Diego Padres. It would be great if Blake Snell could start throwing off of a mound. Much more to come on Dodgers territory, but back in a moment after a quick word from our friends at Foul Territory.
Scott, you need to check out this Roback hoodie I have. It's 85 plus degrees here in Florida. Look, lightweight, feels great, cool colors, perfect for those hot Florida days.
I agree, AJ. Color looks fire. And you can get your own sweatshirt, polo, hoodie. Go check out Roback. And if you do and you're a first-time customer, Roback.com using the code FOUL gets you 20% off your first purchase. RHOBACK.com, code FOUL. Get after it, FT fam.
By the way, no joke there about Roback. My brother-in-law, his Christmas gift is done. I went on there, used FOUL, foul, done. This is Chip. Chip needs a home, you guys. He needs a home. He's so, so sweet. He just recently got neutered. He is healing from his neuter beautifully. It was a very good, successful procedure, safe and healthy. He's about 15 months old, approximately, mixed breed. He is currently being fostered in West Covina. So they're in Southern California. Super good with other dogs. He's great on a leash. He's very well behaved. He's eager to please, pretty active. So, a young family or a family that likes to hike or get outside, or at least, has a yard that they can throw the ball and play some fetch with Chip. He was abandoned somewhere near Griffith Observatory. And he needs a home. So if you're interested in adopting Chip, please hit us up at Gidry'sGuardian.org or hit me up on my social channels as well. All right. So as I mentioned earlier, Clint, this is Lou Gehrig Day today, and it is the 5th annual Lou Gehrig Day. Lou Gehrig, of course, passed away on this date. And after he suffered with a very long battle with ALS, they call it Lou Gehrig's disease, of course. A lot of people have been impacted by this disease. Of course, our own Sarah Langs, who does a tremendous job on ESPN, on MLB Network. She is unfortunately dealing with this, but she's dealing with it in a very positive light. She is just an unbelievable soul, loves the game of baseball, like nobody else. I mean, she just loves it so much. So, all around baseball over the course of the weekend, Major League Baseball was putting out the word, just getting, more information out there about Lou Gehrig Day. You can help too. There's MLBtogether.com. The Dodgers specifically have a couple of organizations that they are supporting in terms of ALS awareness and ways that you can help. You just go MLB.com together and you can see all of these different organizations and things that you can do to try to raise awareness and money and all of the things. So again, it's important. It's affecting a lot of people in our great game. Sarah Langs being probably the most notable of those right now. And Tim Kirchin, his brother passed away from ALS. Obviously, everybody knows who Tim Kirchin is on ESPN. So anyway, I just wanted to make sure that people are aware of that. What do you have, my friend, coming up on Clint, All Dodgers with Clint Pasillas?
Tonight, probably nothing because your boy, this is my Jordan flu game right now. I'm not feeling all that hot, but we will be back tomorrow night here with a post game after game 2 of the Dodgers-Mets series, and then I will probably be live again either on my channel, either Wednesday or Thursday, and definitely on Saturday. We've been doing Saturday streams, having a lot of fun doing that. So that's what's eventually coming up on my channel. So make sure you guys subscribe there. There it is. You can see that. I should probably link it in the description or something like that, but I don't do that.
That would probably be a good idea. So anyway, there's some comments. I'm just looking at our chat here. Again, thanks you guys for being a part of it and just being a part of the show. We appreciate it very much. But there is some talk. Of course, there's always speculation, right, about all these different possibilities. I don't think that the Red Sox, unless they figure it out quickly, they're not going anywhere. In terms of postseason and those types of things. So, Jarren Duran, is he a trade piece? I mean, he could play center field. Is that somebody that I don't even know if the Red Sox would consider trading him? I doubt it. I highly doubt it because he's one of the bright spots, one of the only bright spots that they have right now. But again, let's pretend that the trade deadline is next week. Who would you like to see in a Dodger uniform, and what holes are we filling right now?
It's funny, and I think there's been a little bit of a narrative online that they're exploring some bench help, potentially a left-handed bat off of the bench. I think the bench is honestly pretty decently balanced as it is, but as much as I hate to say it, I fear even bringing it up, just because I think you're going to yell at me. The people in the chat will agree, but I don't know that Miguel Rojas now, if we keep trying to make this roster at its best, I don't know that he is bringing the most value to the roster right now, both offensively and defensively at this point in his career. So I would wonder if they're going to explore some sort of move to fortify that bench, because I think everywhere else they're in a pretty good spot. Mookie Betts being the shortstop, he's done perfectly fine there. He's been admirable as a shortstop, if not above admirable, whatever that means. We just need to get his bat going again. And then, beyond that, like I said, Muncie's good. Freddie Freeman is a Hall of Famer. Like, you feel good everywhere else. I think you're just missing.
No, I mean,
we're talking about positionally, I think a bench bat.
I mean, I can appreciate what you're saying, really. I mean, I would have thought, no, they're not going to do that until they DFA'd Austin Barnes and Chris Taylor basically in back-to-back days. And I understand the business side of it, but this is a team that has expectations to win a World Series again. This is not a team that's like, well, we'll try hard. This is a team that really has a expectation that they will repeat. And if you're not cutting it, it's a production game, right? This is not a game where, they'll try, they'll let you try for a little bit, but if you're not producing, then you're probably going to go. I don't know what that move is. I don't know if it's, Conforto. I don't know if it's Rojas. I don't know if, so far Conforto hasn't been, I guess Paul G just told me. He hasn't been what I've wanted him to be. I thought he was going to be a really good left-handed bat off of the bench and obviously a good defensive outfielder. But so far it hasn't kind of come to fruition in a Dodgers uniform. So
yeah. He's been a lot better of late, similar to like Max Muncy, but still like the overall production hasn't been there. And if you're in the spirit of trying to put together the best 26 dudes available and 13 available for your position player side of things, you look at upgrading your Confortos, you look at upgrading your Miguel Rojas or whoever it's going to end up being, on the bench there or something like that. I guess, like I said earlier in the show, I want to see more Hyeseong Kim in there. I want to see him get a lot more opportunity. I think he's earning it. And beyond that, we got 2 months until the trade deadline, so there's a lot to figure out over these next handful of weeks.
Well, I mean, I think a lot will change. Hopefully, a lot of guys come back. I mean,
Yeah.
in that amount of time, there should be some dudes off of the IL that will really
huge.
contribute. All right. Well, Clint and I are going to be back tomorrow night post game for Game 2 of the Dodgers hosting the New York Metropolitans. Join us immediately after the game. We'll break that one down. As always, thanks for being here. Go tell your friends. 30 people to 10,000 subs. Clint and I'll see you tomorrow. Go Dodgers.
Bye.